Somebody wear me to the fair. Will a lady pin me in her hair?
Welcome to the Celebrity Cafe, Eye on Rising Talent. Paul is here. And Paul, how do you pronounce your last name? I just want to make sure.
Zecheria.
Zecheria, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Paul is a recent graduate with a bachelor's degree in cinema arts and sciences and a minor in acting. However, you've been doing a lot of acting lately.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick one, filmmaking or acting, where do you see yourself leaning towards?
You know, honestly, I've been asked that question before a lot, and it's always a really tough one for me to answer. Like gun to my head, I would not be able to give you a clear answer. You might as well just pull the trigger. The thing is, it's like the way I've been approaching my career, like ever since I moved out here 3 years ago after I graduated, was that I've been I've been acting and writing, and I've been acting in other people's projects, and I've been writing some of my own projects, and I'm trying to use those to get me towards directing.
You don't want to pick one, you just want to be part of film.
Yeah, I that's pretty much like how I've always seen it. It's like I like doing a lot of different things, but in terms of like working towards a goal, I mean, ultimately, even like when I was younger, like I wanted to direct, but I also had this big passion for acting, and I wanted to like be able to write and direct and act in a lot of my own projects. Lately, I've been writing stuff for me to act in and letting other people direct them, so like I can learn from them as a filmmaker. And when I direct, I want to be able to, you know, work with actors, you know, like in a much better way, much stronger way, like, you know, ways I've learned from not just being on set, but also like in film school. And so yeah, that's the thing. It's just like I can't pick one or the other. I very much enjoy both.
That's great. So you're all encompassing. Well, you landed BuzzFeed.
Well, I did one BuzzFeed video about 2 years ago. I would say that was like one of my first paid gigs and like paid acting gigs, and they were looking for people who were like either Muslim or who could play Muslim, and I'm not Muslim myself, but I am Middle Eastern, so I was like, might as well act in that, and saying that I was able to be in a BuzzFeed video would look good on my resume. And it was a fun few hours. I got to visit BuzzFeed studios, and you know, it was fun.
You have a reoccurring role, Ryan, on a web series. Mr. Student Body.
Yeah, sure. First of all, actually, the character that I'm playing is Paul. The show is called Mr. Student Body President.
Okay.
Now, the story behind that is, it's a web series created by Go90 and produced by New Form Digital. And Go90 is this streaming service created by Verizon. So there's a lot of original content that you can watch on this website. And one of their shows is Mr. Student Body President, created by Ryan Hunter and Jack Ferry. And during the first season, I was working on the show as a background actor. But then what happened was, on one particular day, Ryan Hunter, co-creator of the show, gave me a line to say. And I got my line in, and I got my name in the credits, and they just kind of like created this character for me, Paul the Hall Monitor. And then so
I love it.
Yeah, so that first season, you can watch it all on Go90 right now, the first season.
Cool.
Now, before the second season, I actually got contacted by Ryan again to come back in a bigger role. He expanded my character into more like a recurring character. So this past summer, 2017, I had a recurring role on this web show, and my character's name was also my name. And tonight is the red carpet premiere for Mr. Student Body President Season 2. So I will say that is like hopefully my big break into acting, and it was like the best time I've had out here in LA by far.
That's great, and I'm very excited about all this that's going on for you. And I saw on your little Facebook post, because like I said, I keep tabs on you, and I saw you on the red carpet, and I was so excited about that. Mm-hmm. I was like, yay, go Paul. What are your personal favorite filmmakers?
My favorite filmmakers, I have to go with Steven Spielberg has always been my number one favorite. Everybody picks it, but some of my other personal favorites include Quentin Tarantino, Jason Reitman, John Hughes, Robert Zemeckis. I also like Christopher Nolan. Yeah, those just to name a few.
And do you see yourself leaning towards Tarantino? who influences when you do production? Who are you influenced by most?
I have to say Tarantino, just because like I like his ability to like blend genres and be able to tell like not just like a really good story, but just like very strong with characters. I love being able to like he very much knows how to direct actors and work with actors and let his actors breathe and be the characters that he always envisions them to be. So I'm very much into that because I myself as a director, I love working with actors and seeing what actors can do on screen as an actor as well. So yeah.
Well, and Tarantino also transcended the order and the sequence of the shots.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a beginning, middle, and an end, and he tied all the stories together, but they're not shot in sequence.
No.
They're not delivered in sequence. Well, as we know, being on production, the film's not shot in sequence, but he delivered it to the audience out of sequence, and that is transcended filmmaking, and I love that. So.
Yeah. I think it's a way to like, get audiences' attention and like try to like keep them guessing like the whole way through and let them try to like piece together what's going on without being too confusing or like pandering or anything like that, because at the same time you still have these characters that you love being with, and it loves like you want to be able to like get their attention as well. That's why you write like these really strong characters in these really like weird situations. So.
I know, I love it, and as you know from being in film school, the dynamic is you take an average person and put them in a supernatural situation, or you take a supernatural person and put them in an average situation, and then the dynamic ensues. What is your favorite TV series growing up? What influenced you there?
Well, growing up, I mean, I watched a lot of animated shows when I was younger. There were a lot of shows that I like, like some like the younger kids shows, but I didn't really get influenced by TV, writing TV until I like entered college, and that's when my favorite shows of all time, and they still are like Parks and Recreation, Arrested Development, and Breaking Bad. In terms of like my favorite show from childhood that I still love to watch, I'd have to say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And what's interesting is how Will Smith rose up out of that. Mm-hmm. Where do you hope to be in a few years? Do you have a 5-year, a 10-year plan?
I'm hoping that I really don't know where I see myself being. I just know that I still want to keep acting. I like this year I told myself I would push myself even more to get into acting, and now that I have Mr. Student Body President, I'm hoping it could lead me to better opportunities, not just to work with like other actors and directors, but also work with more writers. One thing that I really would like to do is get into television writing for sitcoms and creating my own show, and even like acting, starring and writing my own show. And then I can get to a point where I can, branch out into films more, like writing and directing them, but also acting in other people's projects as well. Like I just want to keep doing that. In terms of like work, I keep myself busy with being a production assistant for many films and shows. That's pretty much my day job, but at the same time I'm still pushing more towards the creative side.
Do you have any ideas that you're writing down that you want to submit for possible television shows, or are you just...
I have like, I want to say 5 different TV show ideas right now.
Great.
4 of them sitcoms. One of them actually a horror series. I don't know if I want to talk about them too much, but
that's fine.
Yeah,
we don't have to get into that because. Well, is there any additional information you want to drop out on the Celebrity Cafe audience that you want them to know about Mr. Paul, what to look out for?
Watch Mr. Student Body President Season 2. That's where my recurring role is.
Thank you, Paul, for your time.
This
has been Chelleby Star for the Celebrity Cafe, and make today your time to shine.